Another Filipino confirmed dead as the Israel-Hamas conflict rages on. 3 other OFWs remain missing. The People Power Revolt's anniversary is no longer a holiday next year. Malacanang has an explanation. Is Gilas in danger of losing the gold after its star cager failed a doping test? The Philippine Olympic Committee does not think so. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a round of the stories we're watching now. I'm Francis Orsho. The Department of Foreign Affairs has confirmed a third Filipino fatality amid the war between Israel and Hamas. DFA Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega said the victim was a 49-year-old woman from Negros Occidental. The victim's family had already been informed of her death. This brings the total Filipino fatalities in the Middle East conflict to 3. There are still 3 Filipinos unaccounted for, and the DFA is hopeful that they will turn up alive. We're learning more about Filipino victims in the Israel-Hamas conflict. 2 of them were caregivers who refused to leave their patients even if it meant their death. Rainiel Pawid has this story.
Just after the Hamas launched its surprise attack on nearby towns in the border with Israel, this man posted on social media a photo of an Israeli couple together with their caregiver. According to the caption, which was written in Hebrew, the couple in the photo are the man's parents, Lilac and Terry Kipnis, who were both residing in Kibbutz Be'eri. The man appealed for information regarding his parents, who he said was in a safe house together with their caregiver Paul. As it turns out, Paul is an overseas Filipino worker, one of the 2 confirmed by the Philippine government to have been killed in the war. The victim was identified as Paul Castelvi from Pampanga. Deep sadness blanketed the home of the Castelvi family in San Fernando City, Pampanga, upon learning the loss of their family's breadwinner. Cherry, Paul's elder sister, is still distraught over the news.
Wala po siyang iniisip, puro kami lang po. Yung mga magulang namin, yung mga anak ko, wala po siyang ibang ginagawa kundi pasayahin po yung mga magulang namin.
The Castelvi family is now hoping for the immediate return of Paul's body. They are also hoping for the safe return of Paul's wife, who is in Tel Aviv.
Buntis po siya 8 months, manganganak po siya dapat yun nga, next month. Para pagkatapos niya manganak, dapat uuwi sila ng December para magbakasyon, para iuwi nga yung bata dito.
Dapat nakikita po niya yung anak niya, pero hindi na po mangyayari.
On Saturday, when the attacks began, Paul's wife told Cherry that Paul hid in a bomb shelter. But in the succeeding days, his phone was no longer reachable. Come Tuesday, the son of Paul's employer told Paul's wife that he has reason to believe his parents, along with Paul, had been abducted. And the following day, Paul's death has been confirmed. Aside from Paul, the city government of San Fernando, Pampanga set up a monitoring team to locate the remaining residents in the war-torn country. The local government unit identified more than 10 Fernandinos working in Israel, including Castelvi.
Nagpapamonitor kami ngayon kung ilan ba yung mga Fernandinos na nandun. So yun, ongoing din yung pagsasaliksik ng mga kung sino-sino. Sana wala na, no?
As for the second confirmed victim, the deputy mayor of Jerusalem, Fleur Hassan Nahum, identified her in a social media post as Angeline, who was caring for her elderly patient Nira when the attacks happened. In her caption, Hassan Nahum shared that Angeline, despite having a chance to flee the Hamas attacks, showed, quote, unbelievable humanity and loyalty by remaining in Nira's side during the violence, resulting in both of them being murdered by the Hamas. Angeline was from Pangasinan and had been a caregiver in Israel for 6 years. The Philippine Embassy in Tel Aviv vows for the immediate repatriation of the remains of the 2 Filipino casualties.
We have received a request for assistance po sa pagpapauwi ng dalawang nasawi at we are still coordinating with the authorities po sa pag-retrieve po ng body.
Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos said he has spoken to the victim's family over the phone last night, which he said was the most difficult call he had to make as a president. He said the nation is one in grieving with the victims' families, and he assured them that they will provide the utmost support. Rainiel Pawid, We Are One News.
We're bringing you more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. Thanks for staying with us here on One News Now. I'm Francis Orsho. Amid reports of data breach, PLDT has launched the country's first ever sovereign cloud aimed at fast-tracking the government's digitalization efforts. During the Philippine DigiCon 2023, PLDT barred that its ICT subsidiary, ePLDT, will operate Pilipinas Cloud. The sovereign cloud can host highly sensitive government data and applications in a trusted cloud environment. PLDT explained that governments use this to maintain control and security over their mission-critical data. This will ensure that any classified information related to national security and personal information of citizens is free from foreign surveillance or interception.
The Filipinas Cloud exemplifies the PLDT Group's dedication to providing our government partners with outcome-based, end-to-end business solutions that will powerfully reshape the way our government agencies conduct business.
Malacanang has released the holidays for 2024. Take a look at your screens now for the full list. The Office of the President explains why the EDSA People Power Anniversary is not a holiday next year. In a statement, Malacanang said the revolt's commemoration was excluded since February 25, 2024 falls on a Sunday. The palace noted that there is, quote, minimal socio-economic impact in declaring such as a special non-working holiday, as most workers and laborers are resting on that day anyway. Moving on to sports, Justin Brownlee tested positive for banned substance after Gilas struck gold in the Asian Games. Could the Philippines lose its medal as a result? Denise Tan has this report.
Gilas Pilipinas' gold medal win in the Asian Games faces controversy after naturalized player Justin Brownlee failed a doping test. According to the International Testing Agency, Brownlee tested positive for prohibited substance carboxy-THC. The chemical is being linked to cannabis or marijuana. Aside from Brownlee, another player from the Jordanian squad also failed a doping test. The samples were collected after the gold medal match between Gilas and Jordan. The results have been sent to the Anti-Doping Division of the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Philippine Olympic Committee President Bambol Tolentino said he has talked to the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas about the matter. There, it was revealed that Brownlee had been undergoing medication since before the FIBA World Cup for an injury.
Sa pagkaalam ko, si Brownlee talagang injured yan before playing and nagme-medication yan. So hindi ko lang alam kung meron sa medication niya na merong component na THC.
The POC chief further explained that if Brownlee's second sample yielded another positive result, a suspension for up to 2 years is possible. But if the country's sport officials will appeal and explanations are valid, then it can be reduced to just a month or a little more than that.
They will discuss it kung i-grant yung appeal or what, tatanggapin yung explanation, it can be reduced to a month or 3 month suspension.
But how will this affect Gilas' gold medal placing in the Asian? Under CAS rules, sanctions like disqualification or loss of points, as well as individual consequences to the athlete, will be faced if more than 2 members of a team sport have been found positive for doping. Using this stipulation, Tolentino says the gold medal stays with the Philippines.
For me, hindi affected yun. Pwede natin ilaban yun sa kung naapektuhan yung standing, yung gold. Kasi nakalagay doon more than 2 athletes ang mag-positive bago mo i-sanction yung team result or what. Atin pa rin ang gold. Don't worry, no? Worst comes to worst, I'll be going to part of the appeal, of course, OCA and CAS, no? Pero I don't think the gold medal will be stripped from us, no? Kasi it's a team. It's a team effort.
Brownlee is the second Filipino athlete to have tested positive for banned substances. Filipina cyclist Rayana Evangelista had earlier tested positive for non-specified substance erythropoietin. She was immediately suspended.
Catch today's latest headlines on the big story at 8 p.m. I'm Francis Orsho. We are One News. All sides, all the time.